How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Here today with another 1/6 scale figure review. Today we have Bo-Katan Kryze from The Mandalorian Season 2. As we can observe the box art, starting off with the wraparound banner, we have an image of the figure itself. And towards the front of the banner, we have more figure photography. This time Bo-Katan holding both her blaster pistols. And moving up towards the front of the box art, we have more figure photography, this time with the kitty Sakov head sculpt and helmet in hand. And once we remove the slipcover, we treat it to this nice image of Bo-Katan fighting a stormtrooper. And once you take out the insert, you have the clam tray here, and you can observe some of the accessories. And once we remove Bo-Katan from her box, and we can take our quick first look at the figure. Alright, onto the accessories, and starting off with the display base, which is done in this nice little graded finish here at the top. We have the usual rectangular shape, nameplate which is just thicker. The little piece where the nameplate goes comes off, because you can attach the little handle here. Then it has a spot for the nameplate where you can choose if you want to put the nameplate there as well. Then we have this little Imperial Cruiser backdrop, which is done in this very lightly 3D printed, almost blurry image. And then once it's assembled, this is kind of what it would look like. Then we have a grappling hook, which you kind of just slide into the gauntlet. You have the Comm-link, which is pretty nicely done. You kind of see the detail for the mic in there. Then you have the little blade that you can attach to her gauntlet as well. Then we have the little booster effects for the jetpack. And as for the hands, here we have the one that holds the Comm-link, which is just a friction hold, just very secure. We have the blaster holding hands, very nicely done. Then we have a pair of closed fists. Then we have the hand blasters, which are very nicely painted, like this little gunmetal gray, little brown handle. And then we have the Bo-Katan head sculpt, which is based off the likeness of Kitty Sakov. And as you can see, like the nice paint apps with the little scar above the eye and the little freckles. The hair, of course, is it's a little darker than it was in the show, if I remember correctly. So it's not very accurate to what we saw in The Mandalorian Season 2. But overall, the likeness to Katie Sackhoff is there. But I think Hot Toys could have done a way better job. Alright, so here we have Bo-Katan up close. Taking a look at the helmet. Very nicely done with the paint apps. You have the Night Owl symbol there. A lot of weathering towards the front of the helmet and on the side. Paint apps are very good. As you can see all around, there's just weathering and scratches everywhere. And then of course the rangefinder, which is functional, but you always want to be careful with those because I feel like they could just snap so very easily. Then we have a little chest piece here, which is all on Velcro. Paint apps, and that little dark brown. All the scratches and the weathering on it. We have little shoulder straps there, which are on Velcro as well. We have the shoulder pads and of course the Night Owl symbol and all the weathering on the shoulder pads. Just a ton of weathering all over the suit. We have the gauntlets, Night owl symbol on the other side as well. Flight suit, and then the gauntlets here as well. Just all the paint apps are on point, weathering, the details. Then we have Hot Toys and their love for leather with the pouches, which I would have preferred to sculpt the plastic, but they gave us pleather on the pouches, pleather on the belts, a ton of pleather for all these pouches here in the back. We have pleather for the holsters. It's a pleather nightmare here, so something to consider. So before we jump into the articulation, as I was handling my figure, I noticed the joints on the arms. I don't know if it's just my copy, but joints are very, very tight. I know the flight suit itself has some restriction, but just moving the arms forward and back, up and down, noticed there was a lot of restriction, a lot of tight joints. I don't know if it's just my copy or if it's just something with all the figures they made, but as you can see, I was moving that and the plastic piece came off here, but it's something I was just noticing as I was trying to move arms around, and it's just very, very stiff all around. Right, so let's continue our way down the suit. So as you can see, the pants, they're all like this fabric flight suit. Nice little deep brown color, the little brown stitching in it. We have all these knee pads that are on little Velcro straps, so there's no fear of that breaking or falling off. And we have these boots that are this little Velcro piece of plastic on top of this brown pleather piece, and then there's another like split cut plastic boot underneath all that. There's just a ton of stuff going on with these boots, and then you have that little strap that holds everything in place. It's a rough one here. And we have the treading on the bottom of the boots, so you got some nice detail there. So where's the back of the body? We have the jetpack, which is another odd choice that Hot Toys made to make it non-magnetic or non-detachable. Well, I mean, it's detachable, but kind of is like on a Velcro piece there, and it's just annoying to take off, and it was one of those head scratching moments with this. All right, just to do the head swap, so you're just gonna remove the helmet. You just kind of pull on it, then you have the little neck exposed there with the little flight suit. So it's a nice little touch there that they put here. So once you place the head sculpt on, you'll still see some of the neck, so it doesn't look awkward when you have the head sculpt on the body. But overall, like I said before, it's not the best head sculpt that Hot Toys has done, but for the time, and it's a couple years old, the figure, it's not a terrible head sculpt. Of course, we've seen what Hot Toys can do in terms of head sculpts and likenesses. It leaves a lot to be desired. But overall, when you have it on, you do want to be careful with the head sculpt on the chin area, because it tends to scratch the neck, so you don't want to rub any paint off. So you just want to move the head up. If you're going to move the head side to side, of course, it's going to do the job when you have the head sculpt on, and if you want to holding the helmet in your hand, it's going to look great on the on your display case regardless. Of course, if you have a couple of Mandalorians and you're building your little Mandalore army, we have Chrome Mando and Bo-Katan, so you can see them side by side, and these two definitely look very, very good together. So going over articulation on the figure, starting off at the head sculpt. So looking down, I have pretty good range. Looking up, not too much, just up to there. You have some tilt and swivel side to side. And I know I discussed it earlier with the arms, but going up to there, you know, before all the little pieces get in the way, everything's just clashing there. These tight joints going up, moving forward. So about there, we have maybe a little bit of swivel with the bicep. It's kind of there. And single joint elbow bend, which I don't know why, and regular wrist peg at the hand. Then for the ab crunch, get a little bit going forward, some ab crunch going back. It's a lot of bits and pieces here, so a little swivel at the waist. And then as I was looking at the legs, I guess just my copy is flimsy. The legs were very wobbly. So we have legs coming up to about there. Coming out a bit, not too bad to there. Some swivel at the thigh. And then we have the knee, which feels like just 90 degrees there. Then of course we have some good range on the feet because the split cup boot, so you get some swivel and some tilt side to side. Alright, so we reached the end of another video. Today we were looking at Bo-Katan Kryze from the Mandalorian season 2. Overall it's a solid figure, but of course with a lot of limitations, and Hot Toys just making some head scratching decisions overall. But as always, I would like to thank you all for tuning into the video. I appreciate you sticking around. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more figure reviews in the future. And I hope to catch you all in the next video.